Well, welcome back, my friends all, to another rousing rendition of Choir Boys Outdoors. Now, we got a lot to get to, so you're going to have to listen fast. We got a new knife brand that's come to the channel. Now, listen, a couple months ago, about a month and a half ago, Fabian from FABSTERUN, I will put his channel in the description, said, hey, man, I've got a design coming out with a company. Would you like to check out some of their knives? I said, yeah, man. He said, I recommend them. You want to check them out? I said, absolutely. So he put me in touch, and Molsect sent me a box of knives, and the contact over there is absolutely phenomenal. A great, great guy. But here's the thing. I've never heard of these guys. So I can't come on here and tell you how much I love the knife. I'm not going to do that. I'm not going to come on here and try to sell you the knife. I don't do that anyway. I'm not the damn QVC. But these guys sent me 10 pocket knives. Now, that's how we look at a little deep carry there. 10 pocket knives. So my goal is by the end of these 10 videos to be able to say to you, I love these knives or they're not for me. But we're going to give them a fair run. See, that's what we do. They are made in China. I know for some of you, you'll just fall all over the place. The Holy Ghost will hit you. And here's what I'm going to say about that. As long as I work, as long as I got a job, I'll show what the hell I want, when the hell I want. Thank you for that. Love you. God bless you. Here's the deal. This is the Molsect Jungle. Now, G10 handle scales, kind of and they've got it kind of like a snake skin, but I'm going to be honest with you. It's kind of a waffle G10 is the best way I know to put it. Feels really good in hand. Here's what I want to do. The blade steel is 14C28N. Now, here's what I did. I did this totally different than I've ever done another knife demonstration review. In that, I used this knife all week. I carried it all week. I started on Monday. It went to work with me. So this is not a fresh edge. I did a couple shorts earlier in the week where I cut a tire, I shaved some paper. Y'all know how I do. I'd say the initial sharpness on this particular knife come in at about an 8 to 10. All right. So I wanted to use it. I wanted to dull it up. Why? Because I knew if I had a super sharp knife for the video, I'm going to get wrapped up in how sharp it is. You're going to hear a lot of oohing and ahhing, and I didn't want to focus on that. What I wanted to focus on is the build quality. I wanted to focus on comfort in hand, durability, etc., without abusing the knife. I'm not good at that. I'm not saying I disagree with breaking stuff. That's fine. It's just not for me, and for me, it doesn't help me out. So what I decided to do was carry it all week, and then we did our normal cutting stuff. Now, you see right there, I'm out in the sand pit, and people say, oh, that ratchet strap's easy. Well, I'll tell you what, I'll save some of it for you and you can try it. This shit's been in the rain and in the sand. You can see the sand flying off of it. It's hell on an edge. That's why I like using it. The things that stick out to me is this. The knife weight, first and foremost, is 7.3 ounces. It is a large knife, but I'm a big pocket knife guy. I like large knives. Y'all know that. I show y'all that all the time. Love my big pocket knives. The deal is this. Now, for some of you, that's going to be a little heavy. I get it. I understand it. For me, it doesn't bother me. I wanted to carry it all week, and I carried it every single day for the simple reason I wanted to see how well it carried in pocket. And I'm going to be honest with you. I had no problems. Again, I'm a big knife guy. I'm biased on that. But at the same time, I barely knew it was there. So you've got a 4.5-inch blade length. You've got right at 5 5.25 inches on handle length. So what does that give you? Somebody do the math for me real quick. Put it in the comments. That's right at 9 5/8. I'm coming up with 9 5/8 overall length when it's open. Now, when it's closed, you have a folded length, and I'm trying to get better at all this, guys, but you got a folded length of about 5 3/8. So in your pocket, it's about 5 3/8. I will tell you this. The inner grip from the bottom of that flipper, which acts like a guard, to the very bottom of the knife is right at 4 3/8. So any hand in the world can hold this knife. I absolutely adore that. It is a clip point. It is flat ground. Now, doesn't have a lot in the way of billboarding. On the blade, it's got, 14C28N right behind the red thumb studs. On the pocket clip, it's got Molsect. Again, this kind of waffle G10 pattern, man, it felt good in hands. You've got some jimping above the handle. Fits good there. And you'll notice in this video, guys, I did a lot of stabbing. It is a liner lock, okay? Lockup seems pretty good. Now, I hate with all my heart the spine whack. It's the most useless thing I can ever think of to do with a knife. That's just me. No offense to anybody that likes it. You won't see it on this channel unless I'm mad and trying to prove a point. So I tried to do other things, right? So we could check the lockup, maybe some everyday situations, stabbing stuff. I actually did my Donnie B all day drop test, Donnie B all day throw it at the stump test, and no, I know everybody doesn't do that. Now, I want y'all to check this part out, because at this point, I have cut and cut and cut. Now, this is that reinforced sandblast hose, which is super thick, just some wicked stuff. Really, truly, honestly, the knife had no problems. I've used it all week. And Kev, Peterbilt Knife Guy, will be happy that I'm bringing this up. The geometry on this blade is perfect for cutting sandblast hose. I wanted to throw that in for Kev and for Steins. But it didn't have any problem with it. But one of the things and the knife's still sharp, guys. I just took that hair popping, hair whittling edge off of it. Why would I do that? So I'd have to grip it a little tighter. How does it feel in hand? Does that pocket clip dig into my hand? Can I use this for an extended period of time? Is there any slippage? Well, from what I come up with, and remember now, I live in Northeast Florida, in the swamp-ass capital of the world. I had no slip. I did a lot of stabbing. Not only the stabbing that we opened up with, I stabbed a tire earlier in the week, and later in this video, I do a couple of stab and pulls. No slip. I really like the grip on this knife. I really, really do. I like that the liner lock held up. The other thing that I noticed, guys, I did some things like the throwing it at the stump test, the stabbing test, pushing down really, really hard to cut something, putting pressure on that pivot point. I got no blade play, none. And it's a flipper. So there's a couple ways you can open it. You've got the flipper. Then you've got just the standard pinch opening. You've got thumb studs. Some people like thumb studs, some people don't. Here's what I found in my experience using this as a work knife, or using a knife in general as a work knife. I personally like the thumb studs. I know a lot of people don't. They say it ruins the aesthetic. For me, I'm really not worried about aesthetics. Even as a channel, I'm not. I'm just not. Because that's such a personal preference thing. For me, I want something that I can pull out of my pocket. It has good action. I believe I know it runs on ceramic ball bearings. It opens well. It closes well. It has a nice drop shut. It doesn't just fall all the way, right? You got to give it a little shake, but I like that. It pops open very, very quickly, very, very easily. Locks up good. I like that the pivot is now. Also on the pivot, they've got their M for Molsect. On the other side, it's a flathead screw. I like that. It's basic, and I really, really enjoy that. The pieces that hold the pocket clip in, I'm having a total brain fart here. The screws that hold the pocket clip in, they're not recessed, but they are in there. You have an opening where you can reach in and tighten those up. I didn't have any looseness on those. It does appear that this is set up for right side tip up pocket carry. They may change that in the future. That might be something they want to look at there. It is an open construction, meaning you can see all the way through. Here we go. So right here, I just wanted to kind of process this tire up. I wanted to use the knife. Now, let me say this very quickly. We're going to do, since it's 10 knives, here's what I did. I took the box over to Kirk's. I had him pick one out. I'm going to have him carry it for 2 or 3 weeks. He will give you a long-term review and his point of view after carrying it to work, the swamp, wetlands, etc. for 2 or 3 weeks. So we're going to do a long-term review on that one. We're doing a use review on this one. They come in a really, really nice carrying case with wiping cloths and all that. We'll do a review where I show you all that. We're going to do a couple of reviews, and I might try to do one this weekend where I just pick one of the knives, take it out of the box, talk to you in real time, not narrate it. So it will be a longer video, but I'll give you my thoughts in the moment. We're going to do about 4 different perspectives when we do these videos. In 10 knives, I'll be able to tell you with certainty if I love it or not. I like the way we've started. I really do. I like that there's no blade play. Now, the other thing I did is when I do these reviews and I cut all this stuff up, right? Cut in the sand and do all that. I walk in the house at some point and I just cut paper. I don't strop it. I don't do anything. On this particular video, I did the same thing, and then I turned around and did a quick strop, less than 2 or 3 minutes, and I'm going to show you how that did as far as bringing the knife edge back. Here we're doing the Donnie B all day, throw it at the stump test, the drop test. Also, I noticed that the HRC on these was about 59 to 61. At some point, I will be sending these to Billy at Apex Alchemy. Him and Miss Courtney do a phenomenal job. He does test heat treats, so we'll be sending the knives there. Why am I doing all this? Because if I'm going to have a knife on my channel, I want to give you the best look that I can, but I also want to be as thorough as I can. If I'm going to have my name on something, guys, it's important for me to give you as many details. And I'm not going to sit here and go, oh, be as honest as I can. That should go without saying. And I show you the knife work. But try to give you the best version I can of my opinion. And it may take me 4 or 5 reviews to spit that out. Y'all know I talk in circles. I will say this. The guy's Chinese name, my contact's Chinese name is Dragon. I think that's great. It's cool. He did give me an Amazon code. So here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to put a link to this knife in the description with the Amazon code if you want to check it out. It retails at about $59. Now, I am obligated to say this part. I am not the damn QVC. Buy it, don't give a shit. But if you're gonna buy it, let me at least help you out with a discount code. Would I carry it? I've carried it all week. Now here's the thing. I love the way this feels. I really do. But in all fairness, I'm going to put it down. I'll be carrying another one as the next week opens up. You should see another video from me on Molsect. Real quick, guys. There was a time in this country where 22 vets a day took their own lives. Now, stats are everywhere, especially going into the weekend. That's why here on this channel, we focus on the number 0. Anything over 0 is simply unacceptable. Vets, we love you. You have a place here. Guys, I back the blue. I don't ask you to do it because it's such a point of consternation for a lot of you, but it's something I believe in. And finally, if you are an addict, and I am, never quit quitting. Well, guys, that's it. First video down. Pretty impressed. I'm Scab. You're not. The Molsect Jungle. Go check her out.